Hey everyone. Well, this is going to be a little weird. I didn't want to miss today's video, and it's about 11 o'clock at night because I worked late. So I don't want to wake up the family, so I'm doing this in the laundry room. A little bit weird, a little bit creepy, but with the Purkeys, that's what you get sometimes. Anyway, I've been thinking, along with Northwest music and all of that stuff, which is all fun and good, I'd also like to every so often just talk about, weird cult movie, especially into horror movies, but it could be just strange movies, psychotronic movies, weird B movies. I definitely would like to talk about some of the classic ones that you may or may not have heard of. And even better, though, would be if there's anyone out there who had a suggestion for something that's streaming now on one of the major services, preferably like Netflix, Hulu, even on YouTube if it was there. If they had something that was a personal favorite of theirs that was relatively new, I could watch it and review that. Also, I think I'm going to be doing Movie Pass soon, so I would really like to maybe once every week or once every couple weeks throw in a current review of some new movie that's out. And with Movie Pass, I might go see movies that I wouldn't generally see in the movie or in the theater because they'd cost more than I would normally like to spend. So I might go see more genre picks, more horror movies, more just weird movies that I might not have given a chance to before. Anyway, that being said, to kind of kick it off, I will go with a personal favorite, which probably most of you have seen if you're into movies, but some of you may not have seen. And that is the great and awesome Suspiria. And I'll show you the DVD. I don't carry DVDs that much anymore, but this is one I got, which is one of my favorite DVDs because it's a really weird, crazy edition. Anyway, Suspiria is by the great Dario Argento, one of the best of the Giallo era of Italian horror. He was great up until the early mid 80s, and after that he's really fallen off. But anything you find from him in the 70s or the 80s is pretty interesting and pretty great. He's especially known for when I said Giallo horror. Her horror was a certain style of horror, really bloody, very colorful usually. Often it was some kind of a killer. And I think Giallo meant yellow, as in I think there was a style of pulp comics or fiction I think that was out at that time that was done on really cheap paper, and I think it was called Giallo for the paper that it was printed on. I could be wrong about that, but you could look it up. A few well-known people from Italy that produced some of these movies were Mario Bava, Lucio Fulci, and especially Dario Argento. And Suspiria is considered by most to be his masterpiece. And like most of his movies, they're very strange. The plots are kind of all over the place. The basic plot of this one is this woman here is an American student, and she is overseas going to a ballet school. But of course, there's murders and witchcraft, and craziness abounds. What's cool about this version of it, and I'll open it up. I'm going to put down my. Let's see if I can do this while holding the phone. I'll show you what it's got in here. It's got all of these cards. So if you look in here, what's really cool is you've got like cards from different parts of the movie, and it'll tell you a little bit about it. So it's kind of neat. You can kind of get a feel for the look. It's the 70s, of course. You can't really get a picture from this, but the colors are really vibrant. And the soundtrack, which is by the Goblins, is also really in your face. And it's a love it or hate it kind of soundtrack. And this particular has a whole big booklet here as well. You can read all about the making of the movie and stuff. It's pretty darn pretty darn impressive. It's like different cards in here. I think it's got the movie, and I think it's also got, it might even have like two different versions of the movie, and it's also got the soundtrack by Goblin. So overall, this is a pretty awesome release. If you haven't seen Suspiria, you need to go check it out. It is definitely well worth it, especially if you're a fan of horror, weirdo European cinema, especially from the 70s. This is a non-miss one. I would love to hear from anybody who has suggestions on something cult cinema that I should check out and review for future episodes. Thanks, guys. Bye.